Welcome back. Welcome to week 4 of our Lent Reflections. We've been exploring the Beatitudes together and what it means to be human. Thank you so much for taking these few minutes in your day to engage with this together. So far we've thought about what it means to be blessed when we have a poor spirit, when we mourn, and also when we're meek. And this week we're going to think about another blessing, another promise and another hope that we are offered in the Beatitudes. But before we begin, I'm just going to say a short prayer for us. So I invite you to engage in this if you would like to. If not, just spend this moment reflecting on your week and the week ahead as I say this prayer. Dear God, we enter this time of reflection now. We pause to be still, to breathe deeply, and to allow ourselves to be open to what you might be saying to us. Amen. So these are the two Beatitudes we're going to look at together, and I've put them together because I think they're getting at a similar theme that we're going to explore together. So I'm going to read it to us now. It comes from Matthew 6, Matthew 5, and this is verses 6 and 8. It says this: "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled." And then also, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God." I'm going to read that again. "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. And blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God." Now, I don't know what kind of came to mind as I was reading that just then, but we get these phrases, and the first one I want to pick up on is pursuing righteousness. People who do the right thing even when it's really hard. Perhaps that's keeping watch, keeping boundaries, particularly in your school, being aware of your culture, and that desire to do the right thing and keep things as you intend them to be, probably stemming from your school's vision and values. And there's this thing about hunger and thirsting. So there's this kind of deep desire, this determination and a perseverance to protect what you've already got. You're pursuing it and you're not going to settle for any less than what you believe is the right thing. And then we also get this phrase, the pure in heart. So we've got the righteous, for they will be filled. And then we've got the pure in heart. And they're the people who are free from evil desires and purposes. They're not self-righteous or arrogant. Their motives are right. They're doing it because they know it's the right thing, not because of any gain they might get personally, but because they know that it's the right thing. And actually, because of this, these people can say that they see and experience God at work. So we have these people who hunger and thirst for righteousness, and they get filled up so that they're not hungry and thirsty. That desire is fulfilled. And then we also get people who are pure in heart, and that they get to see and experience God because of this. And then these are our reflection questions for this week, the things for you to take a moment to think about. You might like to pause this video, you might like to write them down and come back to them and spend some time thinking about them. But the questions I want us to think about this week are, firstly, how easy do you find it to do the right thing? And perhaps what might stop us from doing what we think the right thing is, and what might we be able to do to kind of remove some of those things that stop us? The next one is, can you think of a time, or think of times, when you have had to pursue righteousness even though it wasn't easy? So you've had to pursue, you've had to hunger and thirst for the right thing even though it wasn't easy. And actually, what was the result of that? Was the hope, the promise that's in this beatitude that you were filled, that it happened? And then lastly, how can you make sure that your school community pursues righteousness? So I'll leave you with those 3 questions. Next week is our last Lent reflection video, so I'll see you then for our last reflection. Have a great week.